Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog, or Project S3. So we've got a few things to sort out today. The fan is here, the ballasts are here, so let's get on and fit those into the car right now. Okay, so we got our new ballast and we got our indicator and daylight running light controller. Let's get those into the car and let's see if they work. No point in giving you any more commentary because you know what these things do, so let's fit them to the car. Okay, so we just plugged VCDS into the car and we've erased the codes for the lights, and we've got one code that's come up. It says control module incorrectly coded, and that is for the lights. So what we're going to do is we are going to do an adaptation, a headlight adaptation, and hopefully that should clear the fault. Let's see if we can do that.
Many tic-tacs later.
Okay, so we've done the adaptation and that hasn't worked, but I have found an error and I think I may know what it is, so we're going to come back to that in a second. In the meantime, I'm going to take a look now at our fan. Okay, so fan time. We have bought ourselves a brand new fan. Let's just open that up and show you. So here we go, new fan. So let's get that fitted onto the car and then we can test to see if this is our issues. I'm fairly confident that this is what's causing my fan to come on full speed, but the only way we're going to find that out is by getting this on the car. So let's go and do that. Okay, so after all of that messing around getting the fan in, we still have the issue. So when we turn the engine on or turn ignition on, the fan runs up to full speed, which means that the original fan was not the problem and we have a break in the circuit somewhere that we need to find. So that's disappointing, but it is what it is. So what I'm going to do is we're going to carry on and we're going to put the crash bar on. We've got the crash bar over here waiting to go on. We'll get that mounted on the car, that we can get the bumper fitted on the car as well. Now I still have some damaged wires on the car that I need to fix. There's one here, don't know where it goes, and we've also got some connectors that are loose. Here's another one here, although I suspect that that might plug into the bonnet mount, because there's another one on this side as well. So that's where I think this probably goes to, but I'll find out in a second. In the meantime, let's get that on there. Okay, so our crash bar is in. That went in relatively smooth. We've now identified all of the cables bar one. So this cable here that I was looking at a second ago, this is for our front crash sensors. Okay, there's a cable that goes in here. That is for the bonnet. So the bonnet has a sensor in there to tell the car that the bonnet is open. There's also one on this side, and the remnants of that are down here. So this cable here, that's the other side of that. We've got our horn that's plugged in, and we have our passenger protection sensor. So that's this pipe here that goes in the front bumper. It's loose at the moment, so basically if that gets damaged, this pipe cuts, the pressure drops in here, tells the car that somebody's hit the car, and deploys airbags, etc. Actually, it doesn't deploy airbags, it deploys the bonnet catches that pushes the bonnet up and protects the impact from the passenger. There is only one plug that we don't know, and that's this one here. So I need to figure out where this cable here goes to. It's a 3-pin plug, so I need to figure out that. That's the only one that I don't have, and no, it's not for the washer bottle, because that's this one here. So that's the one that's still a mystery, but everything else we've identified. Right, so I'm going to temporarily fit the front bumper, put the headlights back in, and then we're good to start working on the next stage of the fix, which is the dashboard. Okay, so car's back together, loose mind you, so nothing is bolted up, but I've done this so I can get the car outside and start the next phase, which is the dashboard. We've got to get the dashboard off, so we're going to do that outside. So now that the car's all assembled, everything's gone back well. We've still got some electrical issues with the fan and the headlights, but we'll sort those out as we go along. In the meantime, rather than hold these things up, we're just going to continue on and press on with getting this car back up together. But I'm happy that the crash bar's gone on okay with no problems. It's fitted fine, so another confirmation that our legs are in place and the car's looking pretty good. The only issue is this here, this bonnet is bent here slightly. That's why we've got that raised lip there. That's what that gap is. That should be lining up here. Clearly it isn't, but when I hug up the bumper and push it up, the headlight lines up nicely with the wing, so the wing is actually okay. It's definitely the bonnet where we've got the bulge, which is a shame. I am going to still see if I can find another bonnet, because if I can find one in the right color, and this is clearly the wrong color, you can see there how it is. Ibis white, haven't a clue what white this is. If I can find the right one, I will buy that and scrap this, because there's no point. Well, actually I could sell it, but to get this fixed and painted, it's going to be cheaper to buy a new bonnet. So we'll see how we go with that, but I'm not going to let that hold up the build. So there we go. Okay, so that's it for this week. So we're making slight progress, but if anyone has any idea what they might think the issue with the fan is, so VCDS is still saying that there's a broken circuit. If you have any idea, let me know in the comments below. Also the lights. So the lights, it's definitely a programming issue. So the ballast is the right part. I've actually logged a call on VCDS on the forum. So if anyone has any idea what that is, I definitely have to program it, and that's the reason why the car doesn't know how to turn on the high beam. It has to be programmed into those ballasts or the boxes. Who knows? If you know, comment below. So that is going to be it for this week's episode. There will be a midweek episode. In the next episode, we will be taking the dashboard out, because rather than concentrate on solving these, we're going to move on, press on, and then hopefully we'll find an answer as we move on. That way we won't delay the project. So thank you for viewing this. As always, don't forget to subscribe down here and give us a thumbs up, because as everyone says, it helps the channel. It really does, because it pushes the video higher up on the list of views, and that way people know that we exist. So if you could do that, that'd be much appreciated. And as always, put your comments down below and I will try to answer as many as I can. So have a good week, guys, and we will see you midweek.